acts toward me, it says to me. If I don't take it personally, then I still have plenty of freedom. And I think I've always had freedom almost throughout my life. Remember, shortly after I got married, I would thank God for taking care of us and all of our bills we had to pay and everything. Because he made it, my husband made very little money. But then I would get out in the kitchen and I'd start worrying, God, how are we going to have enough money to buy the food we need today? We're going to have enough money to pay this bill or that bill. And that went on for about 3 or 4 weeks. And one morning out in the kitchen, as soon as I got that first worry in my mind, God says, why do you call me a liar? I says, I've never called you a liar. And I thought, yeah, I do. When I worry, then I call God a liar. And since then, it's all gone.
Thank you. Thank you, Virginia. No? And Jim would. Okay.
You want me to go out a little time, Jim?
Thank you. Huh?
You can shut the light off.
Can you read my writing, Jim?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, here, sorry.
Okay. Which types of gifts would you like or need this Christmas? Desirable gifts like clothing, candy, games, cards, or gifts for a skilled worker like tools, guns, and ice scrapers for the sidewalk. Question, what kind of gifts would I like? I'm at a point in my life where I'm really starting to divest myself of a number of things, and I'd rather give than receive. I have one of the better collections of silk ties in Glendive, thanks to my daughters-in-law, who are very good about that, and they really have great taste. We'll be leaving Sunday afternoon after my worship at Watch East, and then headed to Belfourche for the night, then on down to Piedmont, Oklahoma. I'll be there by Tuesday night, and then we'll be in McKinney, Texas on Wednesday. So we'll spend Christmas with both of our sons. Part of it will be just one overnight with the younger son, and then the second, then will be about 4 or 5 days with the older son. Get to see the married granddaughter. To me, these are the gifts that I really want to do, is be involved with family and see those loved ones that we haven't seen for several months. To me, that's the best gift, the best thing that we can share this Christmas. As a very practical gift, the price of gasoline has gone down significantly, and this is going to be a whole lot better trip because of that alone. So, Mr. Table Time Master.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jim.
So I've so Madam Toastmaster, I'm done with my table topics.
Well, thank you, Mark. We appreciate having those two. I think that they were very interesting table topics, and it seems like at Christmas time it's probably a much needed table topic suggestions that come out of this whole group, because you kind of find out that you don't need as many things as what you thought you actually did. You probably just need the basic things in life, and not so much other things that just accumulate stuff and junk and things that you put in corners, and you probably have to haul out to the dump yard or put in a trash bin or something like that later on in the year. Anyway, I would like to hand over the meeting back over to Pete, who's going to be the general evaluator for this meeting.
Thank you very much.
we'll go ahead and have our speech evaluations, and as Mark has been multitasking, I'll ask Alan to give his first, and then Mark to do their evaluations, and then I'll call for the timer report when they're done, and probably also while Jim's at it, he can talk to us about our grammar and fox paws and how many people have used this marvelous word of the day. So let's start with Alan, and remember to pass your ballots for best speaker and table topics, and then evaluator over to Virginia, our Sergeant of Arms. Alan, when you're ready, sir.
I had the honor and privilege of evaluating Donna's speech, evaluation guide for the play. That was a very difficult one for me as well, being that I have a tendency to try to have eye contact, which we learn in Toastmasters you need to do. But this speech, you're not supposed to have eye contact. I will say that Donna did not have eye contact. You did wonderful there. You had a lot of the play was clear. You had good transitions between each segment. Christmas past, present, future. I thought that was very good. One thing I liked about the presentation, you used the word of the day. You just threw it right in there, and there was no hesitation. And so I have to commend you on that. You used the word of the day very well. Unlike sometimes when I have a hodgepodge of jumble mumble in my brain and start mumbling, but I think on this one, if you were sitting down, maybe it might have been better to maybe remove the lectern so you maybe have a clear view of you, which isn't that big a deal, but that's something that I noticed. And as far as the vocal, physical, and emotional distinction between the characters, I would have liked to have maybe seen more vocal variety when Ebenezer Scrooge was worried, saying, I'm sorry for my past, and I want to do better. And if you maybe had a little bit more emotion, to maybe more distinction between Christmas past, present, and future, that might have been a little bit better. Other than that, like you say, it's a difficult speech. I thought you did very well, and commend you for taking on the interpretive reading. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah, I was kind of with Nancy on that. I didn't know whether to imagine a fireplace or a bay window for that reading, but as a mom reading to her kids, and I hope in years in the future as a grandma reading to her grandkids, Donna will do well. Mark, are you ready? I see that you're still writing.
Yeah.
Maybe you could give us orally and then finish writing when you're done with your oral presentation.
Yeah.
My evaluation of my speech, Mark Nelson.
Well, Pete, my evaluation of your speech, I thought your speech was pretty complete with the introduction. It had an interesting introduction. You were combining definitions or the meanings or emotional meanings of tradition and routine. And you made a reference to routine where children are, really good at routines and stuff and so on. Of course, kids are all telling us what to do, it seems like, And then you had some good references. You made a reference to what are your holiday traditions? 1848, Prince Albert, a German, brought a Christmas tree over to England from Germany. See, you mentioned 1934, Coca-Cola made up a lasting advertisement about Santa Claus, a picture of Santa in a red suit. And they did that in 1934, and it became a permanent advertisement. I thought you had a pretty aggressive approach in ways. I thought your vocal pitch and tone, I thought it was, you had a little bit too much variety there. You got to be, you got to be a little too loud, and then you dropped it down. When you dropped it down, you could still understand what you were saying, but when you go up and down like that with too much movement, then it's harder for the audience to, understand. And of course, sometimes when a person is like this, it could be just, they're exhausted or, tiredness and stuff. So, and your dress is, is okay for knitting. And like I said, you had good enthusiasm, and you cracked a couple of jokes in there. And so, but I thought, that's a good speech. Just really, and so, thank you, Pete. And so, I guess that's all I got. Yeah.
Good job.
Sure.
Okay. So now we're gonna go to Jim, and remember, please vote for a best evaluator and send that on over to Virginia. I'm gonna give control of the meeting over to Jim as both timer and grammarian while you complete your ballots.
I'm gonna do it from here, if you don't mind.
That's fine, Jim.
The speeches lengths were, Donna was short, came in at 8:54. I had the green plan for 12 and the yellow at 13 and a half and 50, and I kept looking, I said, she's not even at 9 yet, and you were concluding. And then Pete came in at 5:17. The table topics, Nancy was at 1 minute 40 seconds, Alan at 1:55, Virginia at 1:43, and I came in at 1:55. In regard to the use of the word of the day, hodgepodge, Nancy started with it, Donna used it, Pete used it, Alan used it actually 3 times. Thank you. One comment on grammar. Mark, the term, what is it? And so on and so forth. And stuff and so on is what you quoted me this time. Lose it. And with that, I was not paying attention to ands and uhs. I'm sorry, I missed those, but I did pick up on several other things. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
My report.
Okay. Are you ready? Because I still have a GE report to do. Why don't I do that? Then Nancy can go ahead and supervise awards and adjourn us unless Donna has any more business. So I'll finish up, then we'll end up with Nancy and Virginia. So my general evaluation report of this meeting is that Donna began the meeting as soon as possible and led us very well through business, made a good transition to Nancy. I like when Nancy is Toastmaster. She is, matter of fact, my concluding remark, I'll give it right now. One of the great fun things about coming to these meetings is enjoying your progress. And I certainly see that with Nancy as she leads us. Jim gave us a great word of the day. I'm going to have to slip that into casual conversation again later. Today with my family. And again, Donna sitting reading us a story, classic. And the meeting was hodgepodge with the way things wove together, even though we were all working independently, although inspired by Nancy and her comments of 2 officers meetings ago. So another kudo for Nancy. Thanks, Jim, for his reports and for all of the work that each of you do to make these meetings fun. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and turn control of the meeting back to Nancy to go ahead and work with Virginia on the awards and the adjournment. Welcome and Happy New Year.
You too. I hate to tell them it's still Christmas yet. We're not to New Year's quite yet, but well, our votes are kind of being tallied. I just would like to probably give special thanks to Donna and for Pete for such great speeches today. I don't think that we could have had a great Christmas meeting without those speeches, and I hope by next year we start to see more people attend these meetings and we just have a little bit fun with the whole Christmas idea. Anyway, I will turn the meeting back over to.
I'll just tell you what we have.
Okay, for you want to do for the best table topics?
Best table topics is Jim. Best speaker is Donna. The best evaluator is Alan.
Hey.
Now I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone of you here and your families.
Well, I just want to thank everybody and
Do you have ribbons for them?
no, I don't.
Let's find out.
I'll recycle mine.
You don't.
Once again,
I'll recycle mine.
Jim was the best table topics, Donna was the best speaker, and best evaluator was Alan. And I think we kind of had a hodgepodge of different things going on today. And at the same time, I probably would just like to thank everybody for having such a great meeting, and I guess we are all dismissed. I don't know if it's early or late.
It's 5 o'clock, but
Since
that's
I
good
don't
for,
have
That's
a,
good.
yeah, there's not a clock in this room. No, you did well. Mark, thank you for evaluating me. Mark, thank you for evaluating me and doing table topics. That's the ultimate in multitasking.
Well, thank you. They were good table topics. They were insightful.
Did you get by with it?
yeah,
Okay. Do you want me to put these on the card?
Here,
I
let me
saw
carry
ice.
them with me.
That's fine. And I did put
This
them back
is
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original manual. So
Yeah.
seems like I keep doing those things and it keeps vanishing.
So I looked over and he had a chair.
Okay,
So I didn't, so I put those back together.
excellent, excellent.
Yeah. So when you're done with the data,
Well, yeah.
okay, good, I'll figure out, kinda like you, I ended up without my manuals. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure out where this goes.
Say, Pete,
Yeah.
as I recall during the last meeting, you requested I bring my manual for this meeting.
That's fine.
so just
I'll be glad
I
to work
brought
on it.
the
Oh, I thought you said
manual.
make
like
it.
this.
Mine.
This is where we go now.
You bet, yeah. Great table.